Yeah, push. I first resist, and at some point I can no longer resist. I lift your force. Yeah, you keep pushing. You push more harder, and I lift harder. Okay. Yeah, that's like using the in part of your body, to create yang force. That's against nature. Right? Using something soft to make it harder. Right? That's not good. Right? So instead, okay, you push. Okay, stop. Right? So instead of directly resisting, right, you try to soften this area, not make it harder. Soften. Right? And if you push on my stomach, push. Okay, stomach area is easier to soften compared to your chest area, right? Because chest area you have your bones here, right? That make it harder. Okay, your stomach area there's no bones here, right? Just mass. Okay, and so therefore it's harder. It's easier to soften, right? When you create something soft, right? Like when you're pushing. Right, it feels like you're pushing against a balloon. Right, balloon is full but has softer quality. So when you push on a balloon, it's like it shifts. Right, you cannot just get the force straight forward. Right, it just moves around a little bit, and and that's in part of the body. Right, it's for absorbing. It's not for pushing against the push. And chest area too. Okay, even though chest area is harder than your stomach area, but still it's the same concept. It's inside of the body. So when you push, I have to think about soften this area. Yeah. So that your force cannot directly land. Right. Also lessen the effect of your force. Neutralize, right? Neutralize is to make it softer, like when you push against a sponge, versus when you push against a rock, right? Rock cannot neutralize your force because it's hard, right? And so sponge is soft. So when you push a sponge, it's able to neutralize. When you push a dough, it's the same effect, right? You bake things. Right, and you create a dough. When you push on the dough, it neutralizes your push because it's softer quality. So your in body has to be softer. Right, if you make your in part of the body hard, like bodybuilding, right, chest area hard, right, six packs. Okay, then you're using the in part of your body to make it young, to make it hard. Okay, that's against nature. Okay, so also when you push, when I try to neutralize, and I can also try to push you back. Right, when I try to push you back, again, the in part of the body is to neutralize. It's not to create force. So when I push you back here, I'm not using the in part of your body to push you back. Like if you push, I push back, that's using the in part of the body to push. In part of the body is not for pushing. Yang part of the body is to create yang force to push. So if your hand is already landed, right? Now I neutralize and then bring the force to the back. of my back, which is the yang side of the body, and then I push. So I'm not pushing with here. I'm not resisting your force here. I'm allowing your force to pass through to my back, which then I can leverage that force and send and push you by leveraging that force going through my back. Yeah. Yes, very good. And then you have to bring it to your back and then send it to the front outside. Yes, good. Right? So first you bring that force to the back. Okay? And first condition is that here has to be soft. If here is hard, then force cannot pass through to your back. Right? It's like when you push a rock, force cannot go through a rock. But when you push a sponge, when you push a dough, right, that force go through it. Now, when it goes through the back, it goes upwards, right? That force goes upward to your shoulder blades, and then it comes out through the outside of your arms. So your arms and the legs, same concept I talked earlier. The legs inside is yin, outside is yang. Arms too, inside is yin, outside is yang. Right? So when you're going through, the force goes through your back and go upward, and it comes out through the outside of your arm. That's where the push is. Yeah, through this pass, not through this pass. Right? This is yin. Yin is for absorbing. So the inside is for absorbing, outside is for pushing forward.